Hello, my dearest friends. Welcome back to yet another episode of Happy Family Life Creations and our baking videos. Today we celebrate Christmas, the season of joy and love. What better way than to show our most favorite rich, delicious fruit and nut plum cake, filled with soaked fruits such as berries, cherries, papaya, tutti frutti, raisins, and a mix of nuts, soaked in a delightful combo of red wine and rum, which can be also other alcoholic mixes like whiskey or brandy of your choice. You can also do the non-alcoholic juices like grape and orange. So without any further ado, let's get started. First, we make the beautiful rich caramel color for the cake. For that, we add half cup to around 3/4 cup of white regular sugar into a clean, heavy bottom pan. So we don't stir at all, as if we stir it, the sugar would start getting sticking to the sides and burning. So we don't want any of that kind of matter to happen. So please don't walk out on this stage. Meanwhile, we start with the dry ingredients. So we take around 3 cups of all-purpose flour. As we're making, today I'm going to make almost 3 kgs of fruit cake, and just sift that all together, and then the remaining dry ingredients I'll be telling you in the later stage. Then we come back to the sugar caramelization. Once you can see around it, it's getting fully melted. It'll start and then we stop at the stage, and we have to wait for the caramel to froth up. Like it'll start bubbling and sizzling. And over here I have the fruits soaked. We're going to strain that in a couple of minutes, so you can see it's fully the jar which I had soaked long back. And now you can see it's going to start frothing up. So just wait very patiently with 1 cup of very hot water. So do this very carefully, because this is a very dangerous step, because it might burn your hand. So stay back and add it very gently. Then stir it very vigorously, making all that sugar melted. This is the beautiful rich amber color we need. Now we are straining our fruits into a strainer, and we are reserving the residue kind of alcohol and juice and all the liquid which we had all this time. So you can see there are a mix of dried cherries, cranberries, raisins, black, golden, pineapple, papaya, and all different varieties of citrus fruits. So we're going to right now add this to the caramel syrup which we had. We're going to boil this around 5 minutes. This will really enhance the flavor. Next, we add a nice 2 to 3 tablespoons of orange marmalade or any preferred jam. This will enrich the flavors again. So let's give that a good stir. Then we add a few dry ingredients like half teaspoon of dried ginger, a grate of nutmeg powder, a little bit of cinnamon and allspice. We add it in 2 stages. We add it over here also, as well as the dry ingredients when we sift them. So it won't be overpowering, guarantee that. So yeah, just let's give that a stir. And next we are going to grind our half cup of white regular sugar with a few pods of green cardamom and 5 cloves, and then we add it to our dry ingredients, that is the 3 cups of flour. And next we're going to add our baking powder, and our spices again: dried ginger powder, nutmeg powder, then allspices, and we add around a good amount of 3 teaspoons of baking powder, has as 3. And always remember to level our measuring like tablespoon or cups by just leveling at the top. This is a good amount, and then around 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and a quarter teaspoon or to half teaspoon of salt. And now give this all a good sift. So this is mainly to enhance it has nice air, and
so
we don't have any lumps in our
almost to the
batter.
second sieve. And finally, when we just have in the final stage, just press it with the spatula so that it goes nicely inside. The description will be having all the correct amount of quantities of the spice powders, the leavening agents, and our flour mix and all. And don't worry if you don't have cake flour, you can just do regular all-purpose flour, also wheat flour, all the same. So there we go. And then we just discard the last little bit of this. But I'm just gonna add this because this is salts and I can see the cardamom picks. I don't want to let it go. So basically we're sieving just to make that the lumps go off. So that's what I said, to just sieve. And finally, if you can do is just make a nice whisk or a spatula, just run through the flour. And now we're gonna move on to the wet ingredient.
Next, we grease our tins. So I cut my parchment paper into a rectangular and then into a triangle, as I just showed you right now, and then just line just the way you want, and just basically oil spray it. Then we move on to our wet ingredients, which is nothing but 6 eggs and 1 cup of each white sugar and brown soft sugar, and then give them all a good nice whisk of 5 to 6 minutes till the whole mixture becomes frothy. And so I'm doing it in my stand mixer to the highest speed, but you can do this also by hand mixer, preferably hand mixer or stand mixer. And this will go around for 5 to 6 minutes, and now it's frothed up. As you can see, it's doubled in volume. We add our 1 cup of melted butter and half cup of oil. Nicely wipe it out, and then 3 teaspoons of orange zest freshly grated, and give that all a good whisk. Oh, and also 2 whole tablespoons of vanilla paste or vanilla essence. And then let's give it a good mix all together. Meanwhile, we add 1 cup of all mixed nuts. I use a variation of almonds and cashews chopped. You can use your own choice. Then we add 2 to 3 tablespoons, or 3 to 4 actually, tablespoons of our sifted flour dry mix. We add the flour mixture to this just so that the fruits don't sink into the cake when it's getting baked. Now we're going to alternately have a reserved alcohol and juice mix. We're going to add the flour first, and then our fruit and nuts mix, and then we're slowly going to incorporate that with the other beater, and in between we'll be adding the residue kind of alcohol so it becomes in balance. So we alternate with all 3 mixtures into the wet ingredients, and we go on till everything is well incorporated. We finally give all of this a nice good folding mix in so that everything is nicely mixed and gently, all the air is nicely spread throughout. The next step is to weigh our batter into our cake tins. So I'm doing around almost 500 to 600 grams each. So we'll have around, and one is around 800 grams to 1 kg. So yeah, almost 3 kgs together. So I did 4 cakes. So yeah, let's get on with that. We put the cake into the cake batter into a preheated oven of 360 degrees for around 45 to 55 minutes. It depends upon your oven. So it's usually if it's a nice good temperature of down to 360 to 370, just keep it to 45 to 55 minutes. It almost goes to more than 1 hour for a few others, and let's see how it comes afterwards. And oh yeah, you have to, if you like, you can garnish with some raisins and nuts at the top. So we'll see you later. And here we have it. It's nicely done. So we can check all our cakes if it's nicely smoothly done. Just this one was a bit sticky, so the last one is a little bit cracked to the top middle. So I check it out in the center. It's going to be a little, moist, and if you feel that, you can put it for another 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah. So this is our finished product, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful episode of our 2023 last baking vlog. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year 2024. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share.